This is Code.org, and this is Asphalt Day 3. So we've been working with the 12 by 12 grid. Again, this could work with all sizes of grid with some small edits. Regardless, let's hit run and see. Pretty fancy. So today we're going to focus on revisions. Make revisions to your project using the feedback you received and your self-assessment. Finish writing your program, creating Asphalt, and submit. Now, this is a great time to reflect on the rubric. This is how to get an A, right? This is how. This is what we need to accomplish. So we need to make sure we're using the existing subclass methods, which we do. We use methods from Painter Plus throughout Flag Painter. We also need to make sure we have added a method, which we did. In Background Painter, we added paint striped background. Now, we also need to develop a new subclass, Flag Painter, that is generating components for our design. Cool. So we have all that. Make sure your project does. This is the how to get an A. All right. Now, you want to incorporate peer feedback. Something else I would recommend is look for areas where you have duplicate code or where you look like you're copying and pasting to some degree. Oftentimes, that's a good sign that maybe you could refactor. So this type of stuff isn't exactly required, but it makes cleaner, more readable code. So just an example of one thing I might do, and I'll leave it at that, is look how often I'm doing move and paint. So one way, just to kind of make cleaner code, maybe I'll go down here and do public void move paint. Now I need the color still. And if I wanted, I could even do a conditional in this where I check before I paint. I should do paint move. I could say if I can move. I don't need that functionality right now, but move. And that's really simple, right? But it does make for cleaner code. So again, what I can do now is just up here, everywhere it says move paint, right? I'm going to just copy this name, paint move, or paint move, get rid of move. Paint move, get rid of move. And again, this isn't required. It will still function the same, but this is good practice. And so each one of these, I'm just getting rid of where I have paint and move and adding this. That way it will still run that code, right? Now notice this, there's no move afterwards, so I'm going to leave that as paint. But what this does is say, hey computer, go run paint and move. The computer says, what? Smack goes down here to paint and move. Says, oh, what color you passed? White, for instance. We paint white, we move forward 1. And it just cleans this up. I'm going to do the same right here. And that's just going to stay the same. And guys, I could keep going, right? Look, I'm doing it here too. So this is one item that we could refactor. There's other parts with repetitive code that you might really consider adding a method to consolidate them. That's good for now, but really take a close look at your code and make sure you examine your feedback from your reviewer. Let's see if I broke anything. Looking good. Onward.